Hi, everybody. This week is National Eating Disorder Awareness Week, and I wanted to talk about my experience with eating disorders and when did it first started. When I don't know if there is a connection between traumas and eating disorders because I suffer from a lot of traumas with men. Like I was abused CSA when I was a kid. I was verbally abused when I was by my dad. My dad and I have a better relationship right now, and we leave the past buried and we moved on. But there was still a lot of things that were said that affected my mental health. So I was verbally abused by my dad, like a lot of saying that like me and my brothers were worthless and we were like big obstacles in their life, like something really, really bad. And hearing a lot that having kids is the worst thing that somebody could do. That was the things that I heard when I was little. And I started to use self-punishment um, as a way to punish myself or just to think about physical pain instead of like emotional pain. When I was a teenager, that was the first time I threw up the food because I thought that I didn't deserve the food and I didn't want to get overweight. When I started remembering years later the sexual abuse when I was a kid, I started feeling guilt, shame, and again, I used self-punishment as a way for me to cope. Um, the verbal abuse when I was a teenager, I was also doing things to please my dad, like having good grades. I even in college went to the college that I didn't want to go to study something that my dad wanted me to study. It wasn't something that I wanted. I just wanted to do everything to please him so he could stop saying that I was worthless. So he could be proud of me and say that he was proud of me. I got the best GPA in the whole department in computer science. And when I received the letter, I told my mom, don't say anything to my dad. I want him to be surprised at graduation when they call my name. And he was proud. But there was still the verbal abuse. Then when I moved here to the United States, I got married, I moved here. I was overweight and I wanted to lose weight. And then I tried a lot of fat diets, even the Special K one, like eat two Special Ks a day and one meal. That was so boring and I was miserable with that. And I was trying diet after diet after diet, like fat diets and feeling miserable. I just wanted to lose weight. I focused on losing weight and that's it. When I got to the 120, 130s, which was like a healthy range, I was still seeing myself overweight and heavy, so I wanted to keep losing weight. It got so bad that I got to 106 pounds, and I wanted to keep losing weight to see a 2-digit number on the scale. My goal was to be 99 pounds or less. That was in 2005. Pair that eating disorder behaviors with a severe depression with suicidal attempt. So that was the first time the depression got super bad that I needed help and I was trying to end my life. It took me a lot of years to recover. I was suffering from anorexia, bulimia. I was exercising 3 times a day. And whenever I ate something that was bad, labeled bad, or that I ate too much, I was using exercise as a way to punish myself, or I could like just throw up. Okay. So I found help. The severe depression got better. The eating disorder behaviors, they were not completely gone. Years passed and I was presenting symptoms of orthorexia, which is kind of like an obsession of eating healthy, and you always have a list of good and bad foods. And when time passes, the list of good foods are less and less and less, and the list of bad foods is more and more and more. So I got this obsession of eating only pure food. And I was still punishing myself with exercise when I ate like a candy or something like that. There was a time that I hired a coach because I wanted to do a figure competition in a bodybuilding show. I had to follow these meal plans, had 2 gallons of water a day. Sometimes I forgot to drink enough water during the day, so I was chugging water, like a gallon of water. And that is so dangerous. Please don't do that. And I'm surprised that I didn't end up in the hospital because of that. The meal plan was super boring. I was allowed to have a cheat meal, but that cheat meal turned into a binge fest. So much that I just wanted to throw up. One time I ate so much that I just made myself throw up because I was feeling horrible. So that is a problem too. The cheat days, the meal plans, too much water. I lost my period when I first started training for this competition. I completely lost my period for like a year. I went to the doctor because I wanted to know what's going on. Like, I lost my period. I remember that when they did a lot of tests, they found out that my creatinine levels were dangerously high. I told my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, she's a physician, and she told me, you keep doing this. This is not healthy. You're going to reach, I think you reach like kidney failure. But in my head, I didn't care. I want to be super lean to be on stage, to compete. I didn't care about the kidney failure. I didn't care about no periods. I just wanted to compete and look lean all year. That was my goal. So that is not healthy for your mental health. And those are still disorder eating behaviors, eating disorder behavior. I was still with this clean eating mentality, and I was suffering from orthorexia. It took me so many years to reach a point where I wanted to be happy with my body no matter the size. I wanted to train to be strong. I didn't want to train to be skinny or to lose weight. I wanted to train to feel my best physically, mentally, and emotionally. It took a lot of years for me to recover. That's Otis, by the way, my dog. I don't know. He's barking at the wind. Anyway, I'm here right now. Yes, I went back to very severe depression, the worst of my life in 2021, and severe anxiety, severe insomnia, and doing that last resort treatment. I tried a lot of stuff. I wasn't suffering from eating disorder back then, but yes, I went back to suffering severe depression. I added a video here on YouTube about the last resort, and you can go check it out. But now I'm in a space that I am happy with where I am. I don't want to be super lean. I don't care about having visible abs. I don't care. You know how miserable I have to be super cut, super lean. I have to barely eat. I'm going to be miserable. And I don't want to be a slave to a visible six-pack. No, I want to be healthy, happy, and not only my physical health, but mental and emotional health. It took so many years for me to recover, and I'm very thankful for everybody that helped me during my rehabilitation. And I'm not talking only about my psychiatrist, therapist, eating disorder specialist. I'm also talking about a lot of people that I'm learning from. I'm learning from a lot of dietitians that are real experts in nutrition, and doctors who have their PhDs in exercise science and nutrition science. I'm very thankful for them. I'm gonna share some information where you can get information about eating disorders, and also like some dietitians that I follow, and I have learned a lot from them. I'm gonna name a few person. The redhead dietitian. I freaking adore that woman. She's amazing. Dr. It. Oh my God. He's the best. He has specialization in nutrition, nutritional research. He knows his stuff, and I learned so much from him. Dr. Lane Norton, I also learned so much about nutrition from him. Dr. Brett Contreras, exercise science, the glute expert. Thanks to him, I have a good pair of glutes. There's a lot of dietitians that I follow, and I'm gonna share that information here. But I just wanted to say, the last thing that I wanted to say is that when things get super, super dark, you need to hold on to the little bit of light. If you see a little bit of light, just hold on to it, because things can get better. And it can feel like an eternity of darkness, but things can get better. And also, that light is inside you. So hold on to that little bit. Things are gonna get better. And if you need help with mental health, eating disorders, please seek professional help. Okay? I'm very happy to share this information with you, and my experience with eating disorders. I'm just happy that I'm in a good place, and I know if you are suffering, you're gonna get better. Find professional help and hold on to the light. Okay? It's like the moon in a dark sky. Even when the moon is really tiny, like the waxing crescent, that is so tiny, it looks like the nail. There's still light, and you have to hold on to it. Thank you for listening.